Hello, and welcome back to the White Mike Show. Look at you. Look at you lucky fuckers. You get another one 7 days later. Is it weekly? Is it a weekly gift from me? Yes, it is. And what a wonderful gift the present of me is. Is that arrogant? Yes. Do I have to try and be somewhat arrogant to talk into a microphone for an hour thinking someone's going to listen to it? Yes. So I might have to just go with it and think that I'm as interesting as I would have to be in order to make this work. So, let's try and be interesting. Well, I shouldn't have to try. I just am. I'll just be. Can we talk about other people's bastard children for a second? Sweet, merciful God. Why is it not legal for me to backhand children in the street? I don't want to hit them. I don't want to hit them. I'm a bad person, but I'm not that bad. I feel as though the universe is forcing me to just backhand these wild little bastards. Like, what world do we live in where this is acceptable? Just these feral children. Usually, when you have feral children, it's like a family. Like, there's like 15 of them crammed into a fucking double wide, like sleeping on top of one another that just turn into little Mowglis. That's usually how this happens. But now you've got people who've got like one or two kids that can't fucking handle them. Like, you guys have no goddamn manners. Like, none. There's no please, thank you. None of that shit. Nope. They just act wild as fuck. Just wandering around. I muted because I had to sneeze. Fucking pollen. Pollen's a homo. Ooh. Well, when I say that, let me be clear about something. We're going to talk about this right now. Because this is a topic. I don't know if I've actually brought it up before, but I think I have. Maybe I have. Maybe I have. It doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it again. That's going to happen a lot. Just so you're aware and we're all on the same page here, it's going to happen quite a bit. That I'm going to talk about something and I'm going to talk about something again. What'll be interesting to see is if I say the exact same thing over and over again, or if it changes. Like, if my opinions and thoughts will evolve over time as we move through this process, you and I together. Because that's what we are, by the way. We're in this together. You know what I mean? Like, you've decided to spend the next, hopefully, hour or more listening to me ramble on, probably about jerking my dick off at some point, almost every episode. I might as well just have just a section dedicated to beating my dick. Now, why do I talk about it all the time? Because it's something I do all the time. It's just me. You'll come to either appreciate that or hate that about me. I don't know which. We'll find out. But back to what I was going to talk about. It annoys me greatly. It really bothers me that I can't call things homo or gay anymore, or things a faggot. Now, I understand that the F word, which I don't know if it'll get me banned for saying it on YouTube. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? I'm not making this shit for YouTube. I don't get to say these words anymore. Understandably, for the reason of, like, you shouldn't be mean to gay people. And to be clear, I've never called a gay person a homo or a faggot or queer. I've never called for actually liking men. Would I call you that for wearing a fanny pack? Yes. Is that partially a stolen Nick Swartzen joke? Yes, but it's very accurate. I go back to that because it's the prime point. He makes some shit's just gay. Not only that, I promise you without a shadow of a doubt that I have been called all of those things more times than any gay person on the face of the earth. Just a promise. I guarantee it. I guarantee every straight guy has been. It's like, and here's the deal. If I call you gay and you like dudes, well, that's like you are. That's the thing. It's insulting because that doesn't even really mean. It's like, well, it's like what like the negative connotation of sucking dick is. Like, I love women who suck dick, but I constantly say that something sucks dick because I don't want to suck dick. Like, I don't want to suck dick. That's just not who I am. Like, if I call you a girl, it doesn't necessarily say anything about girls. I like girls. I love girls. I have a daughter I've always looked up to and been inspired by women. But if you're being a whiny little bitch, I'm going to call you a fucking girl. Do you know what I mean? And it's not because there's anything wrong with being a girl. It's wrong with being a girl because you're a guy. So maybe not. Which doesn't necessarily mean that you can't be effeminate. I'm extremely effeminate. I mean, honestly, I'm one Asian sweet boy away from being super gay. Like, I'm telling you right now, just the trans game going on in Asian countries is unbelievable. It's unreal. It's genuinely unreal. Like, you bring that fine ass Asian boy pussy over here and let me see what I can do to that. Hey, I digress. We're going back to, I want to be able to call things gay again. I have no interest in making fun of homosexuals. I just want to be able to call shit gay again. Because some shit's just fucking gay. Like, there's no other word for it. There's no other word. These things can't just mean different things. Why not? Why? Come on. Come on. Listen, I'll let you have the N-word. Can we trade? Again, we're talking about N-word passes. But I want some fag passes. Please, I will trade you. I'll trade you to 10 to 1. I'll give you as many N-word passes as you want if I could just start saying fag again. Good Christ. Can we trade that? Can we do that? You know how much black dudes love saying faggot and gay? Like, all that. What if we give all gay guys permission to say nigger? What if... listen, I'm spitballing here, okay? I'm coming to the table. I'm trying to compromise. And I think it's genuinely fair compromise to be like, hey, listen, I understand. I totally get it. Can you understand? I mean, these are gamer words. You got to let the gamers have their language. We're stealing culture. You know what I mean? We talk about cultural appropriation and hindrances of cultures. There's gamer culture out there. You got to be able to say nigger and faggot and a whole slew of other slurs. You gotta. I think it's fair. I think it's only fair. And I think what needs to exist, though, is some sort of equivalent exchange, right? You can't just be the butt of the joke. And you're not, really, because I'm not talking about you. Tons of women suck dick. I don't even think necessarily that, because there's nothing negative about it. You just like dick. Tons of chicks like dick. You don't have to be a thing. You're just a person. People like dick. I don't personally like dick, but I don't like tons of things. Like beets. You're not going to catch me eating beets. It's about the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's kind of just gross. Like, dicks are gross to me. Dicks and balls, disgusting. Facial hair, disgusting. Body hair, disgusting. Like, masculine features, absolutely gross. Are there definitely lady boys that I would for sure give the business to? Oh, absolutely. I mean, it would be more homosexual to act like you wouldn't, because they look just like women, right? So if it looks exactly like the thing you want to have sex with, and it's just, I mean, listen, I don't see the dick and balls, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't get a blood test. I don't know what their chromosomes are. I can say nothing. Listen, if I use their mouth, am I gay? How is that real? That's like, I fucked a fleshlight, it was made by a guy. Does that make me gay? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. It might. I jerk myself off. That's kind of gay. It is a little gay, too, because, like, I'll be honest with you. I like my dick. Like, regardless of, like, I don't think it's big enough. Because I think there's a genuine expectation as a black dude for, like, what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's fair. It's fine. It's fine. It's not what I would hope for. You know what I mean? But I like it. Like, especially if I'm beating I like it. Like, I'll watch myself. It's real, like, sick shit. I don't understand. It's probably the most narcissistic thing I do is like, yeah. And then I feel like Patrick Bateman. Should just start jerking off to Huey Lewis in the news. And the question is, which song is it? Like, the whole Back to the Future soundtrack, just put that on in the background every time I start beating my dick. Oh, fuck. Huey Lewis in the news. It's good music. I like it. It's in my playlist. I like that. Sorry. Anyway, I feel a little bit like Patrick Bateman. A little like, why are you so? But you know what? Lots of people are into lots of weird shit. So fuck you, because I'm into this. All right. I would imagine other people got to be kind of into something, right? Like if I was a chick, you know how turned on I would get by how hot I am, and then go to town on my box. How do you do that as a chick? If you're a woman, how are you not stuffing every phallic object inside yourself? Can that be honest? I'm seriously, I know I probably talked about it before, and again, it's going to keep happening. But how do you do it? How do you go through life not just seeing things that look like the dick and just be like, I wonder if that'll fit? I know, because some chicks have been like, well, you got an asshole. I do have an asshole. It doesn't feel good putting things in there. If I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've tried. Not a man, because again, we've talked about it. Ew. But like, I put a little toy up there. It doesn't feel right. It feels very uncomfortable. Which is, and I'll tell you this. I'm being honest. I don't like it. I wanted to like it. I was looking for. I jerk off a lot. I jerk off a lot. I'm thinking about what a friend of mine said about listening to this podcast, and that there's no way that they could be associated with it because all I talk about is jerking off. Probably. It's probably gonna be a lot of this. But guess what? How many people here listen to talk about jerking off? Not many. All right. So this is you get into the mind of a degenerate. So welcome. All right. There's no shame here. Anyway, how do you do that? How do you not just stay? Like I tried. I tried, but it just wasn't for me. I wanted it to be awesome. I was like, this could be like a cool new thing. I got a little extra every time I need that, like that push. Because like you do it a lot. It's a lot. I'm assuming. It's like from what I hear from drug addicts, where they talk about they have to do something, like they have to graduate to a little bit stronger. Like people that start off smoking heroin eventually will start injecting it because they need that like extra rush. I was looking for that. That's why like I kind of wish I was into guys. You know how easy it would be to just throat fuck some dude? You barely have to try. You almost just have to ask a gay dude, like, hey man, can I use your mouth for like 20 minutes? A guy on Tinder? Like this is back in this is a while ago. Wow, way back, way back. This is way in the way back. Okay, I was on. It was because it was back when you could still use like not Backpage, but you could still use Craigslist. And like I was like searching for casual encounters because I didn't realize until after this that it's just all gay guys. There's no chicks in casual encounters. It's all just men. It's all just men because they're the only people that are going to do this because we're the only disgusting pigs that are sitting up at 2:00 in the morning, horny as fuck. Like, please, God, please, I need someone to tell me that my penis isn't disgusting and that it's somebody wants to fuck me, please. Like, I don't know what that feeling is where you're just like, please, God, I need someone to be like, you know what, you're attractive enough to fuck. You're not completely useless. I don't know. Is maybe a bad person? Maybe. But, and these gay dudes will fucking trick you. Because this is the thing. They're guys and they know the mental state you're in. We're like, listen, if I can just get him to talk to me, if I can just get him to say something, then we're in like foot. Like, I'm gonna rope this dude in 100%. And like I hit up this person who claimed they were a chick at first. And then they're like, hey, I'm actually a guy. And I was like, oh, my bad, I'm not really into that. And he's like, are you sure? He's like, you sure? He's like, you can use my ass and mouth. You can use my holes as much as you want. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? I'm going to be honest with you. If a chick had said that to me, I probably would have gotten in my car and driven at least an hour. Just saying some wild porn shit to me. And it's like, and then in that moment, I remember things. I was like, I wish that guys weren't so disgusting because that would be awesome. Like, gay dudes must be just fucking, I mean, of course, there's like the downside to that, but whatever. We're talking about fun right now. And for fun's sake, God, that's got to be awesome. Just anytime you want, there's just some degenerate out there who's just willing to slob on your knob and then like give you a fist bump and roll the fuck out. How cool is that? Like, that's why I think that's why like biblically they're like, hey, you can't do this. This is shunned by God, because really that's like what else would get done? I mean, if more guys were gay, women would be fucking screwed. You'd be screwed. Just imagine if every dude just decided, like, I don't even care. My buddy's going to blow me. I'm going to blow him. And we're not going to have to fucking deal with you anymore. Because they're getting pretty close to it. The amount of teens that aren't fucking is disturbing. That's what's going on at these college campuses right now. Whether you're for or against these protests, right? The only reason that they're happening at this scale with these amount of people who are ill-informed about what they're even fucking doing is because none of them are fucking. None of them are fucking because no guy's got the balls to be like, hey, listen, I understand all that. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Shut up and sit in my face. How about that? Because this one there is a bunch of angry chicks and guys who are waiting around for them to throw pussy at them. But they can't because they're all riled up. They're past the point of like, I know I'm horny and that's why I'm so angry. It's no. They think that they're I'm gonna change the fucking world. I'm just the reason I'm so fucking angry is because the world's not right. It's like, no, it's because you want your holes to be filled and stretched out. That's what you want. You're dying for that and you're not getting it. There's a bunch of these pussy dudes that can't see it. They can't say it. Can't be like, hey, listen, take your sign, shut the fuck up, and just sit in my face for about 15 to 20 minutes and see if your attitude doesn't change and we decide to go back to class and you could maybe give me a handy under the desk. That's really what should be happening with these people. Is that what's happening? Well, no. And you see the outcome. A bunch of students who have no idea what the fuck they're protesting because they're not really there for that. They're there because they're sexually frustrated. And this is a point where some chick should be wrist deep inside of you during your, like, I'm going to try and be a lesbian phase. That's what I'm saying. You should be experimenting. That's what everyone should be at a fucking frat party or in their dorm room just experimenting like crazy. Like, oh my God, Becky, I finished this fucking bottle of Merlot. I bet you can't fit it in your pussy. But that's not happening anymore. Now they're like, oh my God, Becky, I finished this bottle of Merlot. You won't fucking believe what these Israeli fuckers is doing to the Palestinians. It's like, and what are they doing? Well, they can't even get on Instagram. Do you understand that? They've taken out all of their internet. How are they supposed to find out this taco recipe that I posted? They don't fucking know what's going on. They don't actually care because they can't care. Again, they can't care because they don't know what the fuck. They have no idea what life is even about because shit hasn't hit the fan for any of these kids yet at any point. Because if they did, they wouldn't be going about. They wouldn't have time to do what they're doing. They'd have a life to keep from falling apart. Granted, not everybody's life just falls apart, but you take on responsibilities. You have responsibilities to deal with, which is how, at the end of the day, we get manipulated by these like evil forces that are in the government. Like the evil forces, they're not necessarily evil. It's just, I guess it would be technically like biblically evil because of all of the technical like sins that they like greed and all that bullshit. But these people know that you don't have the fucking time, and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna leave work, right? You have to pay rent. You got rent, you have clothes and food and shit to buy. It's all wicked expensive. You don't have time. People who are actually informed, who actually know what the fuck life is like, can't go out and protest because they have shit to do. So they can't be out there to even counter-protest the ignorance of these fucking children. Well, on both sides. Both sides. They're just fucking... Because a fucking YouTuber told me this and a YouTuber told me that. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Shut up. For the love of Christ, take your signs, put them down, and just start fucking each other. For the love of God, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. I need you to just discover yourself and look inward. Look inward into your asshole, vagina, and your penis. Don't sound. I've heard that's dangerous. I mean, listen, you don't want a bigger piss hole. Every guy here knows it's cool when you can piss like kind of loud, like it's nice, but we all miss being able to piss 20 feet. Don't fucking lie to me. You all miss it. You know that day, like I feel like it started happening like when I started jerking off. Like as soon as you just started rocketing loads out of there, it just starts widening your piss hole, and it's like, well, there goes all the fun. All the fun's gone now. Now it just drains out of you, and there's no more fucking super soaker. I used to be able to like really get some goddamn distance on it. Like pissing was fun, and it's not fun anymore. It's not. It feels good. It feels pretty goddamn good. Oh my God, you ever have like? That's like one of the things about drinking a lot of water and then taking like a little bit of a caffeine pill, you know, is that you're going to piss like 62 times and then it just, God, it feels good. It's like a half O, you know what I mean? Just a half, It's like, Jesus Christ, like that was almost debaucherous. No? I mean, I can't be the only one, but I just have some fucking weird penis. I've got a fucked up dick that just does weird shit. Is that what you're all trying to make me feel like right now? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, I'm the only one. Sure. Judgmental fucks. All these. I love you, but y'all, you're disrespectful. Just know that. I heard you. I heard you. I know that I recorded this before you thought it, but I fucking hear your thoughts. I know what your brain is up to. Fuck's wrong with this guy? Nothing's wrong with me. Well, except for all of the probably. Yeah, shut up. That's not the point. That's not the point at all. The point is that I'm willing to trade 10-to-1 N-word passes to be able to call shit gay again without being looked at like I'm like some kind of homophobe. Gay dudes do scare me a little bit though. Like if you're a big, because I'm afraid of getting raped. Like this is true. And here's the reason. Like I feel like as a guy, and this is gonna be sound real bad. I feel like I have a much higher chance of getting my butt fucked because like I said, gay dudes are fucking aggressive. You know this as a woman. I've talked to tons of women. Fucking lesbians are wildly aggressive, and it's like because you can be, because there's no like rules regarding it. Like as a lesbian, you get to be as fucking like sexually like physical as you want to be. Apparently, like the amount of times like I feel like most of the women I've talked to have had more physically inappropriate conversations and interactions with lesbians than they've had with straight men. Like straight men have said wild shit and like pulled their dick out, but for the at least in my experience for the conversations that I've had, doesn't mean it's fucking everything, but they have made it very clear to me that like guys have said weird shit, maybe pulled their dick out, send them dick pics or whatever, but lesbians grab them, like touch them and like make them feel very like get in their personal space. And again, it's because there's no like if you do that as a guy, and this is the thing that drives me nuts when they talk about like this thing like, oh, it's man, women are in danger. If you're in public and a man puts their hands on you, and you, first of all, most of the time you don't even have to ask for help. Every Y chromosome in the vicinity is gonna pounce on that guy, regardless of what you did. You could have fucking killed his kid. Those people, if those people don't even know, and even then, they'll be like, "Hey man, you can't do that," and they'll fucking beat the living shit out of that guy. Fuck loads of videos about that. It's like, but as a guy, like, there's no one saving you. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't if I don't like deal with some sexually aggressive guy being like, "Hey, I'm gonna get in that hole," and I'm like, "Well, I'd really prefer you didn't. I mean, is my hole for sale? Is your hole for sale? I mean, everybody's got to have a number, right? You got to be like realistic. Like, nah, man, I'd never. You know how much money $1 million is? You out of your fucking mind. Here's the deal. I feel like if you don't think you have a number for getting your butt fucked, it's because you don't have an imagination for what you could do with the money. Because it's 2024, dude. Like, if I sold my butt once, it's not like I'm selling it on the regular for like $20 a swat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like on the corner like, hey, $20, blow a load in my butt. No, it'd be a lot of money one time by hopefully a gentle lover. I don't want to get like fucking. I mean, you gotta be gentle. It's gonna be my first time. You know what I mean? So hopefully, whoever does offer me a lot, it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. I think. Well, because like shit ain't hard right now, and even then, I'm not sure. It'd have to be a lot to give my butt. Guys, the guys are so gross. It's so disgusting. Like it's just like not homosexuality is not disgusting. Men are disgusting. Like I'm thinking like just ew. Just like deep guttural groans from some dude getting his butt plugged. Like it does. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't. It doesn't mean I don't want. I think gay dudes should be able to do whatever they want. I think they're great. I think it's cool that they're out there doing that. Like it weirds me out a little bit. I'll be honest. But there's like a lot of shit that I think weirds me out. I don't know if it necessarily makes you homophobic. There's gotta be gay guys out there that are like, that's disgusting. Like it's like I don't like seeing people make out in public. I also don't want to watch ugly people fuck, which again I think is what it really boils down to. It's not that I have anything wrong with homosexuality. It's because I'm not attracted to them. Like I think they're unattractive, so it's like this. It'd be the same as watching two fucking just ugly pigs fuck. It's like I don't want to watch this. Like well, unless she sounds kind of hot. Like I can get over looking like an absolute pig if she sounds hot as fuck. Because then it's like, who cares? Like, who cares? I can just shut my eyes. I don't have to see. I don't have to, like, watch this fucking goofy whale throw his fucking half-limp dick into this chick. If she sounds great. I'm a real sound hound, as Matt McCusker likes to say. That'd be my jam, dude. I used to, like, back in the day, I used to download, because it was the only thing, because you couldn't print pictures. It took so long to fucking get an image on dial-up that I just would, like, print off dirty stories I would find, which, again, is so hard. It was hard to find at the time. Like, now it's easy as shit. I mean, they got, like, erotic literature of all kinds. I read porn mods like crazy. Which is Korean porn comics. Yeah, I'm reading Korean porn comics. You bet your sweet ass. You should read some too. I'll give you a couple titles here. Hold on. Especially if you're a chick. Listen, this is chicks turned me on to this before any guy ever told me about it. You should be reading manhwas anyway. Especially if you were into any kind of anything. I don't give a fuck. This is cartoons. Maybe I'm reading cartoons, but the art's pretty fucking good. The stories are great. And there's shitloads of them. You haven't run out of other stuff to read? Fuck out of here. But, here's some... So I use Toonly to watch my porn was. Body Bind is fantastic. Glory Hole Shop seems kind of hot so far. I haven't read a lot of that. Just A Wonderful New World is a 10. That's a 10 out of 10. You should be reading that. Period. Just read that. A Wonderful New World on Toonly.com. Moby Dick is great. What else we got? Panty Notes kind of meh. Sex Stopwatch fucking rules. And these are a lot of these, and again, a lot of these that I've named so far, those are all very like male fantasies. Oh, wait, hold on. There's another one I got today. The ultimate male fantasy is the wet something. Where is it? Come on. It's got to be here somewhere. Dripping Wet is what it's called. That's holy fuck. Byung-jin, I think it's the dude's name. Woo! You gotta read that shit. Very good. Those are the male fantasy ones. If you're a female watching this and you're also a dirty bird, there's some that isn't necessarily male fantasy as it is just really good. And it's kind of like more love bullshit in it. Log into Lustaland is good. That's an okay one for the ladies. I mean, they're just into less male glorification, I guess. I don't know if that's how that sentence sounds. I think that might be one of the stupidest things I've said in this podcast. See, I don't have a lot of those because, it's not really my thing, like the love story nonsense. And yeah, I said nonsense. My high school bully is kind of a cute one. That one's kind of adorable, I guess. I mean, for a porn wall. What else? It's not a lot. The Perfect Half is pretty cool. It has like a really good storyline. There's a few. There's some. Read those. Read them. Just grow up. Use, and if you have an Android device, right? Because you can read this shit on your phone, because there's ads in this site. Use Firefox, and then you can use your ad blocker, and then boom, no ads. And just do that anyway. If anyone who's listening, if you have an Android phone and not a trash fucking iPhone, a dog shit Apple product that doesn't give you any control over the device that you fucking own, download Firefox and use that as your browser because you can add add-ons. 2 add-ons, and the only add-ons that fucking matter is, this is fun, me just looking on my phone to tell you about add-ons, but deal with it. You don't know it. You don't know it exists. One's called uBlock Origin. That blocks all the ads on all the sites you go onto. It's Dark Reader, which turns every single website dark mode. Your eyes will thank you. You're welcome. You can thank me. You can thank me in the comments, send me emails, text messages, sign up for the Patreon. There's lots of things that you can do to show your support for my brilliance and the fact that I share my brilliance with you. I'm a lot like Jesus in that regard. A lot like Jesus. I mean, I like whores. Jesus loves everyone. From what I'm told, I'm not well versed enough on the Bible, I don't think, to talk about it too much. But I can say that I am a lot like Jesus. I give, I'm a giver. I give so much and ask for so little in return. I'm just a really humble, giving person. Very humble in my greatness. I gotta close the screen now because he's had the fucking screen up, and I'm like looking at whatever dumb shit was on there instead of talking to you. Oh shit, we're not lower that. Keep that up so we can make sure that my waveform's still moving and things are actually recording. Because if we weren't recording, I'd put a I probably shouldn't say that because but anyway, let's just it would not be good. It wouldn't be good. Has anyone ever heard about the theory that all of the people, most of the famous people who've hung themselves didn't really commit suicide, that what was happening is they were performing autoerotic asphyxiation and fucked up and strangled themselves to death? Is everyone familiar with this? Anyone? Well, it's a thing, and it's been talked about by a couple of people, but if you look into it, it's pretty damning actually, because like a lot of these people don't like hang themselves from rafters, or a lot of them hang themselves from doorknobs, which is, I mean, I remember like a PSA basically about like the knockout game. Was it knockout games? That's punching old white people in the street. That's young, wild black men punching people in the street. Jesus Christ. Speaking of black men, what the fuck is going on with this Drake and Kendrick Lamar stuff? Can we? I need to. Number one, before I need to preface this whole thing, I am a huge fucking hater. Okay, I will always be honest when I'm just hating, because I hate, even if I'm right. It comes from a place of I hate, and I fucking hate Drake so goddamn much. I've hated this motherfucker since he was on Degrassi. Fuck him, okay? Listen, when he got shot in that show, it made me so fucking happy, especially because he wasn't dead. Put that bitch in a wheelchair and to watch Wheels just roll around being a pussy. Fuck that Canadian dork. And this is the thing. He's a dork black, just like me. He needs to stop acting like he's gangster. Bitch, you're Canadian. You're Canadian, rich, white, or you're white. I mean, you know, you act as white as I did until you became a rapper, and it was a while after. But it's so goddamn fake. Like, how are you gonna act like a thug? You've been fucking like well off your whole life. You've never been a thug. Life has never been hard. Quit acting like you're so fucking tough. It disgusts me. And then you got like the amount of dick riding people who love this guy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Drake is an absolute dork black, just like me. Do not pretend like you're not 50 Cent, motherfucker. Nobody shot at you. Like, I mean, I saw that thing that, like, somebody got shot at his place. I'm guessing he shot one of his ghostwriters for not making his raps good enough, because Kendrick Lamar fucking stomped his ass into the ground. Because, again, what are you doing with Miley Bobby Brown? Hey, yo. What's with the text messaging? Teenagers, my guy. What? Yes, text all the time? That's real fucked up. I don't really know much about it. I just fucking hate him. That's my 2 cents on that, is I fucking hate Drake. I hate that motherfucker. He's fake as shit. He's propped up by the system that just, of course he's got hits. Of course. His shit gets played all the time, and like your dad runs the, it's fucking insane. It's insane. It's insane. The dude he's not real. He's not real. He's like Milli Vanilli. And he's corny as fuck. You watch his videos? Like, good God, he's so nice. He's clearly on a lot of cocaine. When he talks. Oh my God. Well, again, the statements of this podcast are all purely my opinion and thoughts, and these are the thoughts and opinions of an absolute fucking moron. So take them with a grain of salt. It's all for entertainment purposes, baby. It's all for entertainment purposes. Speaking of entertainment purposes, there's something else I'm going to talk about too. Had something to do with... Fuck. It'll come back to me. It'd be fine. It'd be fucking... Oh, God. Drake. Dork. Just an absolute fucking dork black. And the fact that he can't just acknowledge that. Like, that's why fucking... What's his name? Tyler, the Creator. Do you see him acting hard all the time? Like, no. Because he's a dork black, just like me. Okay, that's part of what I want to talk about. Is, I don't know... I've probably, Fuck. See, there was a thing. I had it in my head, and I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about that for sure. I mean, we've covered jerking off for this segment of the segment. Jesus, covered jerking off enough for this episode. I think maybe we should go back to it. That's the fail-safe. Anytime I don't know what to talk about, I can just always fall back to talking about beating my dick or things I wish I could be doing instead of beating my dick. Oh my God, that's what I wanted to talk about. I was watching, what the fuck, somebody was talking about shows, and the shows that are popular and the shows that are not. I am of the belief that most shows that are popular are shows that can be watched while you're on fucking Instagram, because that's the only way that some of these shows are getting the kind of accolades that they get. I will go hard in the paint on Game of Thrones. I don't give a fuck what you people say. I have watched enough of it to understand exactly what happened and how you all watched it and why you thought it was as great as it was, because none of you paid attention to the whole fucking episode. I know it. Don't fucking tell me that you did, because if you did, you would have acknowledged every one of the giant glaring plot holes are just left wide fucking open. Just doors that were opened into things that are very important that would lead the story along, that would make things make sense thematically or historically in the show, not just random dumb shit. And it's been that way for quite some time. And what you were doing is the exact same thing that I started to do while I was watching the show, and that is ignoring things that suck balls. You didn't pay attention to every fucking episode from beginning to end. I know you were on your phone. I know you're scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or fucking whatever, but you did not watch the whole episode. That's why people didn't understand what's going on in The Witcher. I don't understand the time jumps. Get off your fucking phone, asshole, and maybe pay attention, you fuck. Nobody pays attention to shit. That's why the people's like, oh, these shows are great. No, it's not. Because every time you're fucking bored, you're on your goddamn phone, you mindless freak. Fuck you. Fuck you, these shows are shit, and they keep making shit shows, and they keep passing, because, like, well, I'm on my phone. Anytime it's boring, I can just go on my phone, so I don't actually notice, and I really want to be on my phone anyway, so I'm glad when I have these moments of absolute dog shit boredom that no one gives a flying fuck about, so I can bury my goddamn nose in my fucking phone again, so I can know whether or not Hillary Clinton is fantastic and should be able to run again, or I support Donald Trump because this is America. Get off the fucking internet and watch and pay attention to something. Shut the fuck up, look at something, and put the fucking phone away. Jesus Christ. I mean, the amount of people I can't have conversation with that'll, like, pick up their phone. I understand. Maybe I'm boring. as fuck. Say that. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. And it'd be different if someone was reading, like, anything. It was a comic book, a book. Just something you're, like, learning or having your brain stimulated that isn't a fucking 12-second video of something stupid made just to fucking keep your attention for 5 seconds to either sell you something or, like, brainwash the fuck out of you. I mean, I have expected at some point to pick up a pair of sunglasses I find in the street and then just look around and I start seeing all that shit from They Live. It's insane to me. Just everybody's in this ridiculous lockstep of societal norms that force people to be like, well, I can't really examine my own thoughts or my brain, because if I did for more than 5 minutes, I'd cry and scream. So let me run as fast as I can into this fucking digital piece of shit that doesn't connect me with anyone in any real manner. It's like, so listen, I understand that you listen to this. I want you to listen to this, but I also want you to have a fucking conversation with a person, because if you enjoy listening to me talk for an hour, I promise you there's got to be someone in your life that you will also enjoy listening to, or at the very least talking at them. Talk at them. I fucking love listening to people talk. You people, listen, I may be an absolute narcissist and, like, I hate people, and, like, most of them aren't real. Like, most people aren't real. Most of you are a figment of my imagination and are truly only here for my entertainment. Most. The people I care about are totally different thing. They're people, they're real to me, but a lot of people are just NPCs they fill out the space and make things look nice. That's how it seems to me anyway. It's not to say that it's bad. This is just how I look at it. And the point is, there's got to be someone out there. I mean, if you look, there's nothing more fascinating than your average person. Just ask them a question. They all want to talk. Every single person wants to tell you every goddamn thing about themselves. If you just ask a question and sit back and listen and don't talk, or just keep asking questions when they stop talking, they'll tell you every single thing about their entire life without hesitation, because nobody talks to them. Nobody talks to anyone. They don't have, like, not real conversations. Not like anything that's true or real or, like, reveals any part of who they are. It's just fucking, if you do get someone to talk, it's usually dumb political talking points that they're regurgitating from something that they saw in a fucking TikTok or a YouTube short, which, I mean, I've been prone to do as well. I can send me off on some kind of a tirade or inspire me to have some kind of a thought. So I can't say it's all bad, but I don't see that really happening. I see a lot of people lonely as shit, stuck inside their phones in some, like, digital little cozy place that makes them feel less alone, even though they still are. But they're all, like, 2 feet away from another fucking person. Like, you don't have to feel alone. You could just talk to a human. Finding out the teenagers are terrified to answer the phone. Like, what? But it's because they've all been brainwashed into thinking that all the people on the internet are real. And I understand, like, well, they are real. There are accounts and there's people. No, they're not fucking real. They are just digital voices in a fucking void. If you don't know them personally in life, have conversations with them and interactions with them, they're not real. They're not real. Because if you think about them on a daily basis, more than likely nothing is going to happen any different if you know they exist or don't know they exist. Because they're not fucking real. Like, I'm going to get, at some point, if this ever takes off, there's going to be tons of hate in YouTube comments or comments anywhere to talk about how much I suck or, like, how fucking stupid I am or, like, why is this asshole always talking about his dick? It's like, yeah, that's going to happen. And that's all fine because those people aren't fucking real. I don't know them. Who gives a fuck what they say? Go ahead. Say a bunch of crazy shit. More than likely, some of it's going to be funny, and I get to enjoy myself reading that. But outside of that, like, you're not real. Like, you think you... Why? Why? Because you have a Twitter? You got a tweeter? And you have a Twitter, and you type words into it, and those words are supposed to matter. Why? I don't understand. Like, what? That's a delusion. A delusion that you have that if you post something on Facebook with any kind of thought or meaning behind it, you're a fool. You're a fucking fool. And the reason why is because you're just tossing a thing into a void to help a company make more money if it does get any traction or anyone does pay attention to it. And they're not really paying attention to it. It's you're triggering things in people that's like, it's not even like a real response, like a genuine, this is what I want to do. You're triggering ancient monkey bullshit that's left over from, like, when we were apes. And you're just triggering that, and then you're going, and you freak out. I do it all the time. I see a thing, and I'm like, that's a fucking stupid statement. Who the fuck thinks that? You're a dumb. Let me tell you how stupid you are. And I'll even click on the box. And then I remind myself, what the fuck are you doing? No one gives a shit about your opinion. Shut the fuck up. Get out of the box. Oh, I'm just going to scream into a void and just type some dumb shit into it. For what? For what? I'm wasting my time by responding. Because it's absolutely fucking pointless to do so. You will gain nothing, and no one's gonna hear you or, like, I mean, like, this. It's this. They sell you this idea that you're gonna have meaningful, life-changing conversation. That's not true. You're gonna have engaging conversation because that's what the applications are made to do, is to keep you engaged and using them. You're being manipulated the same way that, like, someone inside of a casino is being manipulated on a daily basis. While this fucking dumbass government we have goes ahead and decides, well, this is an app that you can't have because the Chinese government's spying on you, which is hilarious. Like, oh, you mean like everyone else who's put an app on the fucking on either Play Store? You got Apple out there pretending with their bullshit. We don't see your shit. Nope, not at all. Yeah, you fucking do. Obviously you have to, because there's no way that you're losing out on all of that user data. And no, because you're greedy fucking Apple cunts And there's no world where you're going to be like, well, we'll leave your data alone. We're not going to take and sell that. Fuck you, you are too, with your stupid fucking overpriced piece of shit phones. The fuck out of here. Be some slave to that market bullshit. Fuck you and your Irish curse, Chucky. Like, I'd waste my energy, spread my legs for that Tootsie Roll dick. Tootsie Roll! Toots! Sorry. I might throw out quotes from movies from time to time, like some kind of a tick. But you'll deal with it. You'll learn to love it. And you'll miss it when it doesn't happen. That's another one. You don't know that one's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. You ain't never seen that movie before. If you saw that movie before, we'd be better friends. If you'd see, we'd know each other if you'd seen and knew it offhand. If you'd have to Google what I just said to try and find the movie. But yeah, and I think again, you people need to start watching more shit, because like people give me shit, like, well, you didn't watch this new blah blah blah. You didn't watch this new motherfucker. You need to catch up. That's what needs to happen. A lot of these motherfuckers need to catch up first. I don't want to hear this nonsense about stupid fucking new movie I've seen if you haven't seen Bunraku. You ain't seen Bunraku? Then don't fucking talk to me. Don't talk to me. You seen Mr. Right? Nope. Then don't fucking talk to me. Don't tell me about any fucking bullshit movie. I don't want to hear it. Have you seen Equilibrium? Yes or no? No? Fuck off then. There's a whole list of shit you got to do for homework before you ever step to me with watching. Like, oh, you didn't watch fucking all Endgame. Yeah, I didn't. Because guess what? I knew it was going to happen. Like, when they're like, oh, all the people died. Oh, did they? Spoiler alert, half the people die at the end of the first part. Ooh, this is a business in the business of making movies for money. They're all going to come back to life. This is not shocking. This is not... Of course it's shocking. It's okay, because they made this shit up while watching Game of Thrones, where, oh my god, if we kill off important characters, it'll be so shocking. And again, this isn't a knock on the books. I haven't read the books. From the discussions I've had and the things I've watched, the books are fantastic because they actually follow these characters around and keep them relevant, and it like makes a point and it's written well. And it's not the final season of Game of Thrones, which is a rushed piece of shit, intentionally done that way because the producers of the show thought they were gonna do a Star Wars, and which fucking ruined. Do you know what Knights of the Old Republic is? It's about the greatest Jedi / Sith Lord in the history of the fucking universe. Darth Revan, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the dude who leaves holocrons behind that, when read by people, boosts their power exponentially. Just a fucking audio recording of him being like, sup, I'm Revan. My swag is next fucking level, and just pulls his cock out. That's it. And all of a sudden, like, oh wow, I went from being a nobody to a Jedi master. Because this dude's drip is on point, as the kids would say, I think. I don't know, I've gotten old. The drip is real. But do yourself a favor, look up Darth Revan. It was going to be a show for Knights of the Old Republic, which is fantastic. I mean, the rich history of Star Wars in the comic books and in the books is so much better than all the shit that Disney's put out. Disney's put out trash. All they literally had to do was take the entire corpus of literature like encircled around Star Wars and just pulled from that with any kind of integrity whatsoever, and we would have the best Star Wars films and TV shows of all time. Because let's face it, The Mandalorian is cool because it's a Western. You people all just don't realize how much you love a Western because you haven't fucking watched one in forever. Since you were watching it with your dad or your grandpa or somebody, like, you haven't watched a Western. You haven't sat down and watched an episode of Gunsmoke. Watch the first episode of Gunsmoke, and then watch and see how you can tell a tale with so little. That's just actual acting and like good and like decent storytelling and things that are like true to a time and an idea. Like a show that's from the fucking a radio show. I mean, even the radio shows from the like 50s and 60s, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, in this, Kitty Pryde, a woman who used to be a prostitute, is now a business owner and a badass bitch. Like, she's a bad bitch. This is like, and a truly a bad bitch. Not, I'm a bad bitch because you fucking post dumb shit on TikTok or because you say it. And you just have black rim glasses and have decided that, like, you're not going to shave your armpits because patriarchy. Like, that's not the real bad bitch. It's like, I work my ass off and compete with men without bitching about the inequalities of life, and then I still fucking succeed. So fuck you and your inequalities. That's a bad bitch. The women I've looked up to in my life have been bad bitches. So I have this expectation for what a woman can be because of what you should be based off of what you're capable of. It annoys me greatly that to have standards for someone makes me a bad person. Like, wow, because you think I'm supposed to be a certain way. It's like, no. I know what you're capable of, and expecting that from you is not a bad thing. You need more people in your life that expect you to be the best that you could be. And that doesn't mean, being a whiny bitch about dumb shit is not the best you could be. That's what people who've convinced you to be, because it's easier for them to manipulate the fuck out of you. It's to convince you that you ain't, like, the only way to be something is to be basically a mindless slut. And I know this goes against what I've said. I don't want you to be a mindless slut. Go out and have some fun. You know what I mean? Go out and have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Like, have meaningful relationships that may not be forever, but just a meaningful relationship that's fulfilling. Because, listen, not everything lasts forever. Not everything lasts forever. And I know it's really hard, and I wish this wasn't a thing. It's probably the hardest part about having relationships with people and them ending is the fact that you're incapable of letting go of all the bad things that happened and looking back on that experience as for all of the positives that were in it. Like to be able to, I think it's like, I don't know maybe it's Tao, but it's the idea that everything is finite to the point at which, like, that relationship that you had that ended will have been ended for the rest of time. It will be that you were not together for way more, billions of years. You will have been not together. But for that short period of time that you were, I know it's almost humanly impossible to be able to let go of all the bad things and the fact that it's over and to just appreciate the fact that it happened. Like, is it possible to, like, let all that go and just appreciate that you loved another human being and that for a short period of time that you were able to see each other for who you really were and connect as one being? Like, that's I don't know if I talked about it in the last one. I don't think so. I hadn't heard it. There's, like, this idea of of Adam and Eve that I heard that I thought was kind of dope. Is that, like, there's this original thing of, like, Adam is made, or Eve is made from Adam so that she'll be subordinate to him. And I guess it's not, that's one way to look at it. That's one way to interpret things, which is fine if you want to. But the other way to interpret this is the best way for interpretations to be used, and this is how, because, like, life is a bunch of possible interpretations. This isn't me. I'm just regurgitating shit that Jordan Peterson said. At least the stuff that he said that I agree with, that life is a bunch of possibilities. It's an endless amount of possibilities, but the right possibilities are the ones that lead you to a better, positive life. So, like, the interpretation of Eve was made from Adam to be subordinate. It's like, well, yeah, cool. Live that life and see where that gets you. It's like you get to a point maybe, but you're not going to get completely far if, like, the only reason that happened is so that men could control women and they had to be subservient to it. It's like, you have to be my servant. Now, would it be awesome to have, like, a blowjob girl just that lives in my basement and I just, like, hey, I need you to serve, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be cool, like, transactional. Like, it's just a thing that happens and you don't have to, like, worry about it or, like, make them feel good about themselves if they're doing it or thank them and, you know, all that stuff that you have to do for a woman when she's blowing you so that she'll do it again. You don't have to do any of that if you're paying them. But I digress. So the interpretation of it previously is that before this, Adam is for all intents and purposes, like a hermaphroditic being, which, if you think about the way that the Bible talks about the fact that we are originally made in God's image, means that originally, like, God is some type of hermaphroditic being, right? If that were the case, if Adam was, so that's like what God is. I think the reason that he gets called he, or I think, is because they're like he's the creator, like the father, the maker, and like most creators at the time were men. So like you think about like someone making something, you'd think a man. Like you would think like the guy that invents and builds, and you'd think of them as masculine. So I think that's why God gets called a man. But I would imagine, to me, God would not be a person. Like not necessarily. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that because if we're going off this, I don't know what I believe. I just find it interesting because here's the problem with atheism for me is that now the conversation's over. Like the conversation's done. You're just nope. It's like, okay, that's cool. You're no fucking fun to talk to. I'm more willing to be right for an to be wrong, to have an entertaining conversation, or one that is mentally exhilarating. And it goes against like the idea that like science and religion are necessarily at odds with each other. It depends on like how you believe in religion necessarily, and I don't believe in it that way, that it's anything that science goes in the face of. But we'll go back to so Adam is originally like this hermaphroditic being that is both male and female all at the same time, and that God took the rib from Adam to create Eve. He didn't take from the head so that she would not be above him, and she did not take him from below or from his feet because she was never supposed to kneel beneath him. It was taken from his rib so that she could stand beside him and protect him and like keep him whole. And then the idea of there's certain religious traditions that during a marriage that the two people hold candles, and that they make each one of their flame like into one, and that a marriage or like a combination of a man and a woman is like returning you to that eternal hermaphroditic being where now you're perfect again. So then you're at most like God when you and a woman are together, which is a beautiful thing to think about. And it is a beautiful thing to think about. And I don't know what that means for homosexuality, and I don't like, at least in that context, because I totally support people's rights to be gay, dude. Do your thing. Let your freak flag fly, baby. So I don't know what that would have necessarily for that, but I think I just don't know. I think it would almost basically be the same, because you're finding like two spirits, and like, and I find that like a lot. I mean, I shouldn't say all gay men. A lot of the gay men I see is that there's like a dichotomy. There's very effeminate gay dudes, and there's just regular butch gay guys. You have no idea we're gay, which is always awesome to see. Like, oh, dude, because I don't meet a lot. Like, I don't meet a lot of like outed, I guess, like out like butch gay guys, and it's always fascinating. Which is, at some points to get me in trouble, because I have lots of questions. Like, I'm fascinated by people in general, and if you're an odd person, which is not an insult, I refuse these ideas that because I think you're weird or strange, like that, you're putting a negative connotation on that. It's like you're an outlier, you're different, deal with it. It's like that difference that makes you fascinating. It's like, well, I'm not a lab rat. I know you're not a lab rat, you're a fucking person. Lab rats aren't that interesting to me. They're interesting-ish, but not like a fucking person. It's like, you're wildly fascinating because you are this like snowflake. It's like, yeah, that's like all people, like all snowflakes. I find that you're fascinating. I want to know how your brain works to get you to the point where you're making these decisions, because lots of people make sense to me. Most people make absolute sense when I listen to them talk. It's like, oh, I get why you're a fucking annoying bitch. It's just no one's ever listened to you talk in your entire life. Like, no one's listened to you talk. Well, no, most people aren't listened to. And that's the thing that I'm telling you people right now. If you just start listening to people, it will blow your fucking mind, the things that they will tell you if you just listen. Because nobody listens to anybody. They're all just waiting for their moment to talk so they can spew out like all the stuff that's on their minds, because they don't talk to anyone. So they get the opportunity. That's why all these people fucking post dumb shit. They don't want to, but they have to express something. They have to express themselves. They're all losing their fucking minds because they don't know how to express themselves. They don't have and they don't, like, to a point where, like, you've got college kids who don't know how to express themselves, knowing that they feel something and have to scream or say or do something, and they don't know what it is. They have no idea. So they're just, like, picking fucking random topics that television tells them they should do, or, like, it's so crazy to watch this happen. It's a bunch of people who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, who have nothing better to do somehow than to stand out there and just say dumb shit to a group of people in an area that I don't like. What are these colleges supposed to do about Israel, Palestine, no matter what you think? Why would a college be able to do anything? We're raising awareness for what? You don't think the whole fucking world knows? It's like, you know, other countries are actually doing things. Like, whether you agree with it or not, there's other countries actually doing shit. Like, they're really getting after it. I mean, you got the Houthis out there fucking stopping boats because they're like, I don't know what the Houthis are, because, again, uninformed idiot. But, I mean, you got these, like, Houthi people out there being fucking wild. Just pirating the high seas, getting fucking destroyed by American, and I don't know if it's all American, but I mean, yeesh. Can't be fucking with our Navy, dude. Like that one guy in the YouTube shorts. Yeah, I watch him too. Okay, don't be wrong. I watch the YouTube shorts too. I am no better. I am no better. I just do other shit. Try to talk to people like everybody else should be doing. But yeah, it's a bunch of people who need to fucking talk to people. You just got to talk. I wish I could go back and listen to what I was saying a few minutes ago because I feel like I was making a point. And I feel like I may have gone a little all over the place this time. But hopefully it all kind of connects. It's all like a theme. A theme again of talking to people. I mean, hell, talk to me in the comments. Shoot me silly. I'll have you on here. If you listen, anybody who wants me to interview you, come on here and I will ask you loads of questions. People fascinate the fuck out of me. I would love to do that like once a month. Like, have a guest on and but here's the deal. You don't have to tell me your name, right? Your name's not necessary, but you gotta be honest with me when I ask you questions. Now, like, I give you as much anonymity as possible, but, like, I gotta be able to ask, like, really, because I want to know. I want to know. I'm gonna ask uncomfortable shit. We're gonna have crazy conversation. I don't know if anybody's gonna be down for it, but people fascinate the fuck out of me, and I'd love to know how your brains work. Tell me what kind of weird shit you're into. Like, what do you like? If you read spicy books, or if you're a chick and you do actually walk around thinking that thing will fit in my box and it'll be awesome. Because how would you not? What do you mean? It's not fair. It's not fair how much fun it is to masturbate as a woman, and the fact that these bitches don't do it. Like, they don't play with their tits as much as they should. They don't masturbate as much as they should. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's not fair. Why? Why do they get to have it? Huh? Why do they get to look like that? They get to look like that and have the fun hole and then not use it. Like, nah, I'm not going to use that. It's like, that's why we want to play with it all the time, because we know that you're not. It's like it's like you having a fucking Xbox. Like, oh, dude, hey, yo, you got an Xbox? Dude, that shit's fucking, let's play. Like, nah, I'm not really into playing. You got to buy me dinner before we're playing any video games, sir. Thank you very much. It's like, oh, shit, well, like, do you play like when I'm not around? Like, no, it just sits there collecting dust. The fuck? It's like, handle some business here, please, for the love of God. The world needs it, and I need to like accidentally catch you, like hear you, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's not wrong with me. That's not wrong with me. Like, because I want more people out there jerking off so I can catch you. Like, not catch you, because listen. If I hear you, I'm not interrupting. I'm just gonna listen from the other side of the door like an absolute degenerate. Because that's very real. Holy shit, when I listen to that. Good God. I also have to really forget that some of the people I know will be listening to this while I'm running my mouth, so that I don't think about how weird some of the shit that I've said or am. But I don't know, fairness, most of these people that I've talked to in person, I've said most of this shit to. They all know. Like, I mean, I'll bring almost every conversation back to sex. It's a fascinating topic to me. Like, I can't think of many things like what's like that. Ancient civilizations is one. This reductionist Egyptianist theory that disgusts me and pisses me off. Graham Hancock is the man. I wish he would just be able to like let go of these personal attacks that people launch against him. I understand, dude. I get it. Look up Graham Hancock if you have not. Ignore the bullshit that people say about him being racist, which is fucking dumb. And if you would attack that in the right way and just be like, it's not that I say they're these peoples that showed up were white. It's that these are the stories told by these people. Like, these people have ancient stories about meeting these people, and they claim that they are white, not me. And then who gives a shit what color they are? It's like, well, you're taking advancements away from colored or brown people and attributing it to white. It's like, or what we're talking about that's even more fucking important, all right? Here's the idea. It's even more fucking important than if they're white or not. If they're white. Hey man, it's possible that 12,000 years ago, there was an advanced civilization of humans. That does not mean they have laser guns and all that bullshit, but it's just human beings that were way more advanced than we could have possibly imagined like 30 years ago. And if they were wiped out by some kind of cataclysmic event, I am of the belief that these people saw it coming, because the amount of things that you see. Do you understand the Egyptian pyramids are in the shape of the constellation Leo that 12,000 years ago used to be directly over that exact spot? And that the fucking Mayan pyramids, I believe it's the Mayan pyramids in South America are in the exact shape of Draco, which is the exact same time that Leo is over top of Egypt, and those ones, the fucking Draco one is over top of that. So maybe they're wrong about the fact that, like, hey, they're from this time period, because there's not really that much evidence. There's one mention of them doing any kind of work to the pyramids, and that mention is of touch-up work. They don't talk about building it. And then they got the idea that they talk about like these stones. They're like, well, we've devised ideas about how they'd move those stones. How they've moved small stones, not the fucking giant like 23-ton stones that could not be pulled, and like there were no boats of the time. There were any proof, or proof is what I want to say, is like no evidence of any boats of the time that could have possibly carried the stone that huge to the Nile. They're down the Nile to this place. Like, getting it there is not plausible at the time, especially not at the time that they think where it's supposed to be an arid desert like time period. And then the idea that it was made by slaves is impossible. And you know how you can use it? Go online and look up home inspections in Texas. Look up home inspections in Texas, and then watch these people who get paid try and make something, and then you tell me right now that a bunch of slaves made one of the 9 wonders of the fucking world. A perfect pyramid. Like, each stone cut absolutely perfectly. Have you ever seen a fucking sidewalk? Most of those aren't perfect, but it was a bunch of slaves. Right. Do you understand the type of... And this is the thing, is a bunch of academic pussies who've never worked a real day in their life. They've never worked any kind of construction or tried to build anything for real. They just think to them, any idiot can build a house because those morons didn't go to college. Like, well, of course, it's the idiot plumber that comes over and does my shit, even though it takes a fuckload of intelligence to build things properly and to do it well. And the amount of work that goes into that, the organization necessary, these people don't think about that. It never even crosses their fucking mind. The amount of specialized knowledge necessary to keep all of these people to work in a large enough group to create a perfect structure like this. They barely do that with skyscrapers now. Because they cut corn. Like, this is the thing where there's no corner cutting here. Like, do you understand? Like, we're talking about a civilization that would have to have been large enough and had enough free time to not grow crops or to work on. We're talking about a large section of the population is taking their time away from, because you cannot do both. There are not people out there. You know why there aren't farmers who are also fucking contractors? I'm sure there's a couple. I'll tell you, there's a couple. But you know why there's not a lot? Because it's a fuckload to know to be a farmer and a fuckload to know to be a contractor. And it's very difficult to get all of that information while you're doing both of those jobs simultaneously, because it takes a lot of work. A lot of times these people work about 70 hours a week. You need to cut that in half and split it up. You're out of your fucking mind. You have no idea what you're talking about. Have a real job for just 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes. Like, the amount of specialized knowledge these people, because it's not just idiots off the street. I can't take idiots off the street and then build a house and have them build just a house. No, because you're going to fuck up. And this is thousands of stones done absolutely perfectly, no corners cut in any kind of way that resembles greed or any kind of the natural human sins, which is weird for a civilization of that time period, especially with the types of pharaohs that they had. So, no, I find it very hard to believe that that's the case. Especially with the water erosion that's on the Sphinx. You literally got him like Robert Schoch. Look into that. That's also fucking fascinating. And like that's what's interesting and fascinating. Okay, not someone's fucking gender expression, regardless of what that gender expression is. I just don't care, because it's not that I care that someone is trans. I care about the fact that they might be boring. And I think that when you're doing that, where you've picked that specific thing to hyper focus on, that there's no other aspects of your personalities. I don't get to find out like anything else about you, that's all there is. And then there's a set of rules I have to follow to have a conversation with you, which is just, I mean, who has the fucking time for all that? Seriously, I don't have the time. He or she, pick one. He or she. Just those are the two. All right, I'm totally fine. If you believe you are a woman and you want to be, I'll call you a girl. That's okay. Okay. More than likely. Unless you're just a dickhead, in which case I won't call you anything because I won't talk to you. I will write you off completely to the point where like you're even less than an NPC. You just don't exist to me because I can't deal with your bullshit. There's other people that are like that. There's other people that are like that for sure. Let me see. Hyper fans of Death Note. I have no time for you. I have no time for you, you creep. You're a hyper Death Note. Someone who wants to tell me Attack on Titan is the best anime of all time. I have no time for those people either. I put you in the same boat. Pedophiles. No. People like Death Note are way worse than pedophiles. But I'm joking. I don't appreciate. We talked about how much I hate Drake. I don't like pedophiles. We talked about it. See if you were paying attention earlier. But you don't. You zoned out again. Were you fucking around on your phone? Don't lie to me. You're on Instagram looking at food, looking at those goddamn food reels. I do the same thing. I wake up in the morning and that's what I watch. I wake up in the morning and like it used to be I would open up Reddit and just try and find just chicks getting throat fucked in the morning to like really, really bring it home. You know, you got to start the morning right. That's like Folgers. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of throat fucking gifts at 6 o'clock in the morning. That'll wake you up. That'll really wake you up. Fuck coffee and caffeine. Who the fuck needs that? I need that gawk. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just food porn. I've moved from slut porn into food porn, and good God. And some of this shit is like, yo, dude, why are you like they barely cook anything? Like, did you just cut dinner rolls and put shit inside of it and put it in the oven? Like, sure, it looks good. Like, you want my recipe? If your recipe says go to Walmart, purchase this bullshit from Walmart and then just throw it together and put it in the oven. Which is, I guess it's, and I'm not really being fair there because you got to go to Walmart to buy the other stuff. Speaking of which, I've been making fucking tacos, right? I finally find myself finding a food that I'm like, oh, I can eat this a lot. And it's got protein in it and there's enough calories and it's not the worst thing in the world. So I've been having tacos, homemade tacos, because Taco Bell's trash, in my personal opinion. And so I bought a bunch of hamburger meat. I take it out of the package. I put it in Ziploc bags, throw that shit in the freezer. Boom, we're ready to go. I can fucking take it out, make tacos. I can have tacos for dinner, tacos for lunch. I don't care if I'm eating tacos 5 times a day. All right, I'm a fucking weirdo. I'd wear the same clothes every day if I could. I eat the same shit, drink the same stuff. I'm a creature of habit. And then fucking Walmart has got this like, oh, hey, there's a recall on the hamburger because it's got fucking salmonella in it, possibly. Motherfucker, I don't have a receipt. You gotta keep my receipts thinking the meat's and you think I'm throwing this away? Are you insane? It's like $30 worth of fucking meat right there. I'm taking my E. coli chances. I'm the only person that eats the shit. I'm taking my E. coli chances. You feel me? Oh, man. Well, hold on. I gotta take a leak. I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna pause it. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, I fucking love you guys and I'll see you again. Yeah, but if not, I'll be right back and like right now. So I think it did work. That's great. All right, so fuck. Might be hitting the end of the line here, though, folks. It's like that oh my god, we talked about taking a piss. That was a good one. That was a solid. I don't know if I've drank enough water yet today. How much water do you guys all drink? I feel like how much they tell me I'm supposed to drink is that they're full of shit. Like, wouldn't my body tell me when I want something to drink? Like, hey, drink something. I say that, though, but I'll fucking go, like, all day, and my lips are all chapped and shit. I got a headache. I'm like, God, why do I feel like shit? Like, have you drank anything today? No. What the fuck would I do that for? I think I might do some gameplay footage. I think I might do that tonight. Do a little bit of that. Do a little game called Death Must Die. Make a little video of that. Do a little OBS. Put that up on the YouTube, maybe. I don't know if anybody's going to find that as fun or entertaining. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can make, like, clips out of it. Like I said, anybody, if you want to be interviewed, come on here. You can be anonymous. You got to tell me about your life. I'd love to hear it. Ask a bunch of questions. Maybe make fun of you a little bit. Not a lot. A little. Depends. Depends what you like. It's not even. That's not true. If I really love you, I'll make fun of everything that you do. Anything and everything at the drop of a hat. If I'm given the opportunity, I don't know what it is. I love it. It's how I tell you I love you. By telling you that I think you're fucking dork for liking a thing I like as well. That's one of my favorites, is to make fun of you for something, or to call someone else Four Eyes because I wear glasses and he just calls it. It's like, yeah, no, but listen. I understand that I called you a Four Eyes and I wear glasses, but I'm not a Four Eyes though. I just happen to wear glasses. You are a fucking Four Eyes. That's one of my. That's a solid go-to. Yeah. Gotta go with a classic grade school insults as to not hurt anybody's feelings. Even then, they get like real fucking ornery. Jesus, you can't poke fun at people. I don't know why they take shit so seriously. Like, I make fun of myself all the time. Like, relax, guys. Like, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. Like, it is funny. Like, if you're a fucking weird asshole, like, just embrace it. I don't know. A lot of people are insecure. You should like yourself at least a little bit. Not a lot. Not too much. Not as much as I like me. Oof. And don't like yourself as much as you like me either, because that's dangerous. Because, you love me. I'm fantastic. I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Genuinely, To know that, someone out there is seeing me for how wonderful I am and joining me in loving myself, good for you. I applaud you, the bravery to be able to admit that. And thanks. Until next week, definitely have a conversation with someone in your goddamn life, please. Especially if it's me. I need more shit to talk about. And definitely check out the porn waz I told you about. They're great, And if you're a teenager and you're in college or you're just not fucking, please start. Do something that's not politically charged, the thing that you don't know or understand. I speak to both sides. Everybody, whether you're a teenager, don't put the political shit away. Just put it away. None of us know what the fuck we're talking about. We're all dumb as fuck. You know what we do know? How hard our dicks get and how badly we want to get our vages stuffed. That's what we really know. And you know it in your heart. You know that's the problem. So get out there. Sling some dick. Suck some cock. Experiment. Get a fist in there. Man or woman. Spread yourself. Don't see or accept physical limitations. Go above and beyond. Really love yourself. And stop fucking looking at Instagram while you watch movies and TV shows. Fucking pay attention. God damn. I need you to at least acknowledge that these things suck, or truly give me an explanation as to why you like them. Because it being background noise while you're watching TikToks is a crock of shit. As always, if anyone asks, I do not regret the things that I have done, but those I did not do. Catch you guys later.